will be of great interest to anyone who jogs regularly or plans to participate in the upcoming LA Marathon. And it's presented by Keck Medicine of USC, as we're joined by Dr. Eric Tan, Assistant Professor of Orthopedic Surgery of Keck Medicine of USC, specializes in foot and ankle surgery. And I got to ask you, what are some of the most common running injuries that you see occur?
Well, thanks for having me here. I mean, running is a big thing that people do here in LA, running out on the beach and everything, but you got to make sure it's done safely.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of running injuries that do happen. I mean, common things such as plantar fasciitis or Achilles tendonitis, where people get pain in the heel or pain in the back of the heel. Those are things that happen a lot when people are especially trying to increase their running.
Sure.
So, things such as stretching or making sure you have a plan are things that can avoid it.
I was going to say, because there's different theories when it comes to stretching before you run, stretching before you play. Just how important is it to make sure that you have those muscles stretched out before you go for a jog or a run?
So warming up and cooling down are kind of an important part of the whole routine. You want to make sure that you do a little running to warm things up. And then stretching comes in two flavors. You're either going to dynamically stretch or statically stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Statically meaning you hold the muscle in place, let it stretch out. And then dynamically means that you do things like high kicks or lunges where you're basically stretching those muscles that are going to work while you run.
Okay.
So it's two ways of making sure that you maintain your flexibility, and that in turn helps to reduce any forces and reduces injuries.
Obviously, another important part when you're considering running or exercising is making sure that you have the right shoe and the right support on your feet. What do you look for, or what should folks look for in a good running shoe?
Well, that's a very, very personal choice. So it's just like, anything else that you choose. You can choose Nikes, you can choose Adidas's, you can choose, all different kinds of brands. But you got to look for a couple things that, are consistent with all of them. And it's really an individual thing. What fits best for you is what feels good for you.
Okay.
So if you have, if your foot's a little bit more flat or a little bit of a high arch, you got to make sure that those shoes accommodate for it. But really an easy thing is to either, talk with your medical provider or talk with one of those associates at a store to kind of give you an idea of what you should be looking for, make some recommendations. But then really you got to put them on your feet and decide if they're going to feel good for you. You can supplement them with some insoles and just make sure that they're a little stiff to, absorb some of the shock from the street.
I'll tell you what, you got me ready to go for a run right now.
All right, let's go.
But I got to show you, Dr. Tan, we certainly appreciate the time.
All right, thank you.
Thanks
I appreciate
a lot.
it.
Once again, the LA Marathon is going to be coming up on Valentine's Day, so equipped with the information that we just gave you here, go get ready for a good run.